unbelievable. Just the amount of impact you can have from being on the sideline to being on the field is, you can't really even describe it. From just being a leader to just the contributions you can give. You're mostly in the meetings and you're hurt. And it's hard to lead from that perspective, but now being on the field, it's a lot easier to try to give the team as much as you can and be a leader and try to act as that leader.
Is it the same thing that held you back late last season that held you out all spring?
Yeah, the ankle. Yeah, it was the ankle. Had the surgery in February, and it's all good now. And just trying to go from there and keep it healthy.
What'd you do to it?
It was just a high ankle sprain, and
Just never got better?
yeah, it never got better. Just wanted to keep playing on it, just because it was a big part of the season, kind of the end of the season. So did what I can, or did what I had to do, and just kind of finished up the season. Ended up having to get the surgery.
What kind of surgery for ankle sprain?
It was just high ankle, so they just put a plate in, cleaned up the tendons, let them grow back. So it wasn't anything too major. Wasn't that long of a recovery or whatnot, but they wanted to make sure it was healthy and all ready to go. So took off the spring to make sure it was completely ready to go for fall camp and for the season.
How much did that affect you down the stretch when you were playing through it?
Oh, not at all. They say it's actually better now for it. It shouldn't ever sprain again or anything because it's all sturdy in there with the plate and everything. So it should end up being stronger, almost just as if any other surgery.
I mean, while you were playing though, when it was hurting, were you less than 100%? I mean, was it affecting your play on the field?
When you're on the field, you don't really think about that stuff. You got the adrenaline, you got all the game stuff. You're not thinking about much of that stuff. It's an ankle just like anything, so you're on it all the time. But it wasn't too much of an impact.
How hard was it sitting out in spring with the new staff and getting the new schemes and stuff?
Yeah, that was hard. It was kind of almost more beneficial, I think, just because I was able to learn much more. I was kind of in the meetings as if I was a GA basically for the linebackers at that point because we didn't have Tommy Smith at the time. So I was kind of working hand in hand with Coach Avalos and doing cut-ups for him and working with him in the meeting room. So I was almost able to learn the defense kind of as a whole more, learn safeties, what they're doing, defensive line, what they're doing, kind of the whole scheme in general. So I think I came back smarter on the field. I wasn't as conditioned after that long of a period of wait, but I think mentally I got a lot stronger.
What did you take from playing last year? What did you gain? You had a really good season, and then what did you say that you thought you needed to work on?
Well, last year I kind of just wanted to sit back and earn my role. I didn't want to come out and try to be as much a leader on the field. I just wanted to do my job and earn the respect of all the other players. So I think after last year I learned quite a bit, and we had a great linebacking coach, Coach Gregory last year, and then now Coach Avalos, who has an incredible amount of passion for it, and so he's been teaching us quite a bit, and I'm ready to go now.
Which game was it you got hurt?
It was Colorado State.
Now you've got that kind of experience behind you, what's the next step in your game? Where are you trying to take it in another direction this year?
I just want to emerge as a leader on the field and off the field. We kind of like to set the standard as a linebacking core because we're kind of, the leaders on the field. We got great depth this year, so we're really trying to be the leaders on the field, and I want to try and emerge as that leader.
How's the competition going? Obviously, you and Tanner, younger guys, and the older guys are trying to get their spots back. I mean, I know Coach was saying you guys are competing with each other, not against each other.
Yeah,
but how's
it's
that?
Awesome. It's great. We're such comrades in the meeting room and on the field. When you come off, we ask each other questions, help each other out, and especially with the pace of the game nowadays, everyone's going to play. I mean, those first two spots are going to play. They're going to rotate nonstop. So we're with each other. It's not against each other whatsoever. We're trying to help each other out every single play, get everyone better, and in turn, it's making us all compete and get each other better as well.
From the beginning of spring ball, the coach has been talking about that linebacker group, how well they're playing. What did you see out of that group through spring ball, and then tried to add to it here, I guess, out here in fall camp?
I mean, we definitely learned quite a bit coming back in and getting. It wasn't a completely new scheme, but having new coaches learning how they want to, they coach differently in some aspects. So you could see it in spring. I saw it, and then now I think we're really emerging and growing as a group.
What is Andy in particular asking out of you guys as a group?
He just wants us to really set the standard and go out there and hustle around and finish and fly around the ball and be physical and just kind kind of show some of the younger guys that we're the group on the field that needs to stand out. And I think we did it big time in the spring. The linebackers got the group of spring ball, and so I think he wants us to come out again in the fall right now and really show that we're going to be that group as the leaders on the field.
Scrounged up a little old Avalos film to watch. What do you think?
I mean, he was an incredible player, and I mean, still out there. You can tell that he wishes he was out there every single day with us. He's very passionate. Just the whole staff in general. We have almost every person on staff played here at once, and you can tell that they really, really have a passion for Boise State football in general, and I think it's going to bring a lot for this program.
How much more dominant can the linebacker be than last year?
We can always get better. So last year, we had an impact. We could have done better on more big plays, getting more sacks, more turnovers and whatnot. I think we're going to make that quite a bit of an emphasis this year on really trying to, like I said, just be the leaders on the field and make plays, big plays when we need to be.
I'm sure when those years started last year, you probably never thought you would end up leading the team in tackles. What was last year like for you?
Yeah, I mean, it was kind of game to game. I didn't really want to try and think about that. I just wanted to make the biggest impact I could. I like to just think of myself as kind of like a smart player and kind of just a hunter trying to find the ball here and there. And so this year I try to learn more. Last year, I mean, I knew some stuff, but as a freshman, you obviously learn more and more as you go, just in any profession. So coming from last year to this year, I can tell the amount of stuff I know, and so hopefully this year even bigger and better.
Coach Yates is talking about this defense having an edge this year, and I've seen a lot of trash talking out there in the one-on-one stuff. I mean, do you feel like this team's going to have, the defense is going to have a little more of an edge to them, and maybe that's something you guys need this year?
Yeah, definitely. Last year, the stats showed that we were soft at some points, good at some points, and so we want to be more consistently defensive. We want to bring the pressure. We want to, make offenses not know what's coming. We want to, just basically show that the old Boise defense, as a lot of people say, is back. So
a lot of those sort of short completions over the middle last year. How much of an emphasis is it with you guys to get better as pass defenders at linebacker?
Oh, it's huge, and we're working on being more physical, like I said earlier, and when those. We want it to be, when those receivers come across the middle, that they're scared to catch those. Like even today, a few drop balls coming across the middle, just because we want them to be nervous about just coming over the middle in general.
Who's impressed you at the linebacker position through camp?
I mean, everyone's doing a hell of a job. I mean, we have Travis is back from his injury, and so he's doing awesome. Blake's definitely emerging as a leader as well. Tyler Gray, I can't name one person at all. Everyone's really competing, and just everyone's getting better at an incredible rate, so it's pretty good.
You guys still friends with Corey Bell, or now that he's back with the defensive?
Yeah, we kind of named him an inaugural linebacker, so he still gets to come on the camping trip every year, and we give him a little bit of crap just because he's in the DB room now, but he's still a linebacker at heart.
How much has it changed now, kind of going more to that 4-2-5 sort of base? How's that changed for you guys?
For me, nothing at all. We would do a little bit of nickel defense last year where we go to a 4-2-5. Now it's just a true one. Corey played outside linebacker. Now he's just in the DB room. It's pretty much the only difference.
Cool.